Hey everyone, DoD Chaos here, coming at you with another exciting episode in the Road to Top 100 Without Mechanics series. This is the third episode. If you haven't seen the series yet, essentially what we're doing is creating a fresh account, getting that account up to the top 100 by playing solely with Loki in this particular climb, with only using mechanics that are appropriate for the ELO that we are at. So far, we've had 6 games, 6 wins, bringing us up 265 ELO. Let's jump into our next match. Great, so we've found a game here and playing on Ghost Lake. This map is interesting. It has 2 different spawns, one with 1 gold mine in the starting base, another spawn with 2 gold mines. In any spawn, there's going to be a number of goats on the map that you want to contest. We talked in the previous episode about food being very important for Norse, so we're definitely going to be looking in this case. We're playing against Freyr. Freyr can struggle against Loki. Loki has the upper hand, so we're queuing our dwarf as we always do. We're going to bring our vills out. In this case, we're not going to do anything fancy with our mechanics. We're just going to attack and shoot. Normally, you would, at the higher elo, we would pull this a little bit closer to the TC. We are going to help build the 2 ox carts here, though. We don't want any idle time for the dwarf, so the dwarf is going to do a little building as well. Alright, so our wolf is done. We're going to run through the middle. There's more likely to be sheep in the very middle. Oops, we forgot to move our dwarf there, so we might be a little slow, but that's okay to get our dwarf. We're going to be a little slow. So we found 2 on the way. That's not too bad. And actually we saw his dwarf coming my way. So we're going to try not to lose these sheep. Got 1, he got both. We'll pick that back on the way back. We won't bother scanning the rest of the base, we're just going to go the other way. And try to fix the build just a little bit here. We are getting slightly up there in the range. Having a clean start is going to help. So in a Norse war, pick these up for sure though. Okay, split them 1 for 1. Everybody's happy. Let's check over here if there's another patch. We see some back here we can pick up when we have a second. Pull our next boar. I have a whole guide on how to pull boars very effectively. Encourage you to check that out. And yes, on the DoD channel as well. Stop that so we're not too late on our temple. So in this particular matchup, we actually want to go 5 wood and a bit less food. We're going to want a mix of raiding cavalry and throwing axemen. Whereas in the prior games, we were going more for Herseer and raiding cavalry. We're going to go up 1 extra bill here. By walling that off, making sure that side of the map is nice and safe. We're queuing our Herseer once we have the food, and bring these goats back here. Actually, let's pull them all back this way. Clean up the economy as we go up. So let's think, on this map, we have 2 gold mines. It's going to be harder to be aggressive. There's another hunt pack down there. Would actually love to know at this point what's on the sides of the map. We can sacrifice 2 of these for the time being to check it out. And we can build our 2 other buildings over here to try to create a bigger block surface area for our town center here. Food's running out here, let's move out. And we're just building her here while we have no other production buildings. There we go, we got another. So we know he's hunting over here. He's got the Draugr there. Bring everything forward here except for our Ulsfort, which we will use to keep building. So if we can get a hit here, we will do that. Also bring our raiding cavalry back. Pick off this Ulsfort. Finish building. We win this trade right here, that's why we're taking this battle. And now we have our defend control. And we are going to need a house. Let's queue that up. Let's not overextend our troll here. Or our hearse here. And we accidentally did the thing we said not to do. I think we can get away though. I think it's too bad. We're gonna kill quite a bit. We got good return damage for that. Sure, everyone's still working. Bring our weak units back. We don't want to lose units. And sure, we have a little bit more gold as well. We've built another Draugr there, I believe. We're gonna just need to micro a little bit. Alright, so this is our focus. First, before we jump into a micro-intensive battle, we want to make sure our macro is all good. So we come back here, we look, okay, everything's fine. They're going to be fighting for a bit. We have a few houses, as well as some throwing axes. Here we go in with our raiding cavalry, dodge those, turn back and fight. Be sure to pick these Draugr off. Now, this isn't actually the best fight for us. Let's try to kill what we can and get out. Fortunately, he's going to be taking the initiative now. We're a little bit slow to make throwing axemen. Don't want to lose these herdmen over here. Now we should have enough with these throwing axemen to kill the herdmen. Okay, quick fight. These guys are going all the way around, that's not optimal. Looks like we did okay in this fight, could have been better. Gotta pull some weak units back. And we also want to start getting more villagers on wood, because we had a big fight, and that way we can get some wood to spam at the trolls that we need. So right away, we know where we're trying to attack. We're trying to attack over there, that's where his hunt is. And to protect our woodline a bit here, we will start to also make houses in a line, kind of cover that spot. I don't care if it kills houses, villagers are far more important. So make sure we micro a little bit to get as many villagers as we possibly can here. Continuing to queue units as well as upgrades for our units, and we would rather not kill that villager because it has the spy. And now that we've pushed him off that location, we can take that hunt for ourselves. Also get pickaxe because we're really struggling to get wood. Sorry, the gold that we're looking for here. So we probably have enough army to take this fight here, although we are kind of low on houses. Again, let's queue some houses. Put our units in control groups. So we have our raiding cavalry on 1. Good. Keep troll alive just with micro here. It's the most important thing. This fight. Alright, we're just pulling our units back. So we're going to keep training trolls. That's why we're really queuing everything to wood. You can also get hand axe to boost our gathering. We have tons of wood at this point. Keep training units and probably do a forward build so we can build more army as well over here. Continuing to also build houses so we can keep our production up. And this over here, we're definitely going to deny it. This is not going to work for him. Just cast the Ghoul Bursty now. We never want to fight that, but as long as we deny this in time, we're good. That was unfortunately a really bad usage of the Ghoul Bursty. Further away it gets from the town center, the better. So now there's a type of micro that's basically scoot and shoot. And all you're going to do is run, throwing axemen a little bit away, and then use your attack move. Okay? Not going to do it too much. It's a little mechanical. But our only job right now is to get everything away so we don't take a hit from this Ghoul Bursty. It's going to expire very shortly. And we have plenty of resources now. Let's just move everything on to gold. We've also noted that we have another pack there. So Ghoul Bursty's gone. We can see rebuilding what he needs. And also get all the houses that we need here. Plenty of wood. As well as the upgrade for trolls and Hall of Fames. Pick off the free throwing axemen that we see. I could probably go in there, but let's keep things simple here. Trying to take a town center, that's not going to work. Definitely not going to work. Got a nice iron spawn here. Bring our cavalry over to attack all those throwing axemen. Let's just go scout to see if there's anything over there. So, I don't think this is a micro issue. Be fair to my opponent here. And let's also get husbandry, because food is going to become a problem at some point. But we have lots of villagers here, and we would like to attack them. And our opponent decides to tap out. But that game, I will agree, was in part micro-focused, as all Norse wars typically are. However, in that case, the big issue that the opponent had was not training the right units. So you can make herdmen in a Norse war, but unless you have a big enough mass of them, when the fight is initiated, throwing axemen counter herdmen and are ranged. So your herdmen die very quickly. And so your counter to my cavalry is dead before it inflicts any meaningful damage. And I've spent that food on training cavalry of my own, which will subsequently counter your throwing axemen. So if you're going to train herdmen, you need to have enough of a mass of them when the critical fight occurs. Tactic number 2 here is you need to be spamming as many myth units as you can if a fight does occur after the fight occurs. We can see that we're down to 17 favor here because we really spent a lot of the favor that we got. At this point, we only have 1 troll left, but we did upgrade our trolls. And we need to note that when you upgrade the trolls, it makes their special incredibly strong. And then if you can get 2 or 3 of them, it gets even stronger. Other thing that's really nice about the troll in a Norse fight is it's got good DPS, and it's got a fair amount of range as well. So it will take care of other myth units for you. See, it has a 3 times multiplier against myth units. So although it is slow, it will beat one-on-one any other myth unit that exists as long as it initiates from a distance on that myth unit. And then obviously if you have 4 trolls versus say 4 Valkyries, they're going to win even stronger than just one-on-one, because by the time the Valks get to the trolls, one of the Valks will already be dead, if not multiple, depending on the splash damage inflicted. That was game 1. Let's move on to game number 2. We'll jump in the queue right away and check what rating we are at. We're now at 1318. That tells me that that opponent was probably slightly above our higher rating. Yeah, opponent was about 1370 at the time when we played that game. Jump into the next one, probably play another player around this level. And we're going to be ramping up the mechanics even more when we're playing these 1400 level opponents. So here we'll introduce a little bit more APM. We'll clean up the build order. And we're more likely to split armies and be aggressive. Prior, we didn't want to really jump under town centers or towers because we were scared to lose units. Now we'll probably be a bit more aggressive. Perfect. So the next game is on Megalopolis. This is a very interesting map, one that I really like, being added to the map pool and retold. Got an extra town center in the middle, and typically it has gold mines on the sides that can be covered by taking a second town center. So civilizations like Ra can really shine on maps like this by taking an early second town center and greeting. So it looks like we are playing against the same opponent. I did wait a little bit before queuing this one, but it's okay. So in this case, we can showcase the pulling of rhinos a little bit. So as soon as it gets in range, we're going to shoot it. Get our dwarf where we want it. And start to scout with our goats. That was not optimal because my dwarf had to run all the way back. Typically, you would only want to fight the rhino in the beginning with 2 out of your 3 gatherers, but again, we're not going to go too crazy on our build orders. Very careful. Again, not losing the Allspark is the priority. And you can see that that bill is very close to done. So we're going to keep that in mind as a potential pick for later on. So we see 4 gold, but we don't really see too much about what's in the back here. So we'll take a quick detour and have a look. Again, we're only going to want 6 food and the rest of wood in this mirror matchup. And that's simply due to wanting to train throwing axemen. Can pull the next rhino here. So you notice we're always trying to come back somewhat quickly. We don't want to delay building our temple too long in a Norse war. It's important to get a good uptime. So this is a nice relic. Villagers are cheaper. We'll be picking that up. In terms of town centers, you can see we have a super safe back gold mine here, which is covered by this town center. So we need to make sure that our opponent doesn't take a second town center. So after we age up, we're going to be sending our Earl Slark forward to make sure that we punish any greed that occurs here. We also need a force drop to make sure we can advance. And let's force drop again in a moment so that we can build our first tertiary. This town center here would be very bad for us if they got, because it covers this gold mine and this gold mine. Luckily we see it with the spy, so we don't have to move forward for it, and it's very unlikely that they take any other town center. Otherwise, we still haven't really found our second hunt with our goat scouting, so let's go have a quick look outside our base. We still have this zebra to take. Got to train another Herseer, that's alright. Didn't find anything immediately. We don't want to run kind of all the way over there. So I think we are just going to this. And one more Herseer. And we can just jump on the berries there. Units use their special attack more often. Can be good in some matchups, it's less important here. See if our troll can get on top of this hunt over here. Put our waypoint forward. So you see that they're trying to get the bastion up. So this speed of this unit, 4.8, less than the raiding cavalry. So if I just simply chase it, I will be able to kill it. So let's do that. And our first barracks is up here. So I'm assuming the bastion is being put up here. Let's keep looking in this direction here. And also move that over. We don't want to lose units. Pull that back, and indeed it is going there. Important not to lose units here. Very, very important not to lose units. We can pick off that unit there. And let's not engage too deep yet. If we don't keep the pressure up, this will go up. Need a house or two. So we force Gullinbursty down. We need to get out of there as fast as we can. No interest in fighting Gullinbursty. Did our job. Let's get out. Another dwarf. We can move to gold there. Starting to have a healthy amount on food. Start to move to wood so we can get more throwing axemen. and also upgrade our cavalry, as well as our Cursor. We can get hand axe now. We're floating a little bit of extra food. Almost ready to move out there. Bursty is down. We're a little bit healed up. Gonna be hard, but we need to, now that we've baited the Bursty, it's not so bad if he takes that town center, but we still don't want to let him have it for free. Now, he might have snuck it quickly, but let's go have a peek. We'll probably run a little bit faster with the raiding cavalry. Okay, so he hasn't taken it. We're still okay, and let's try to sneak around and kill the hunt. Could not let us do this, but we will definitely try. So at least we're making them run away for now. Unfortunately, we lost a unit there, but probably okay. Just attack moving here. We should be able to get one villager and then get out. And everything is idle right now. Let's fix that. Come up to this corner here. Alright, so we see where we want to attack them. Thing we need, and that's a nice wall. And that's going to hurt a lot, but not too bad. And you know what? Let's save our wood. We need to make another troll at this point here. Off this unit. Come in and snipe this Loville that we were talking about earlier. Does a nice job in garrisoning it. We really need to punish this, because the longer this goes with Freyr, the worse position we are in. Get roll here. In this region. Sending our reinforcements to our healing spring. Idling all this. Let's get this Loville again. He's just begging to be picked off, but opponent does a good job in not letting that happen. So at this point, it's very scared that the opponent took this town center, so we need to go look at that. Where there is a big raid to be had there, so I don't think we can let that just sit. We're going to use the trick again to move back and forth. Since the opponent army hasn't moved in a while, I'm fairly confident that they are trying to take this town center. Gives us the initiative, gives us the map control, get husbandry and start getting all of our... Okay, we can attack this here, hopefully get a few units for free. Let's bring these low units back for healing. And indeed, this town center has now been taken. So we have a few options in terms of how to respond. Definitely, we're going to need to deal some damage, and here we see that he's very greedily right there. We can force some idle time. Definitely, we want to take this fight. We're going to kill a lot. Just microing, throwing an X-Men on the Hersir, that makes these TA very good. All we did there was kill the initial Hersir and then focus on the Herdman after that. Okay, and now we can advance and probably get the kill. Can make a few farms so that our transition is not too bad. We're starting to run out of food. Alright, so in terms of gold, let's see that our opponent's getting the food in the base now. We can clean up these two houses with our slow army and then with our fast army, we just go around here and make sure. Okay, yeah, so he's on this hunt. Force them back. Let's kill this and also kill this. Just so that food starts rotting so we don't have to babysit it all game. And we will definitely need more barracks, so we're going to start throwing those down. Check for idols. Lots of them. 1, 2, and 1 wood. Nothing's attacking us, we're still safe. We have flaming weapons, they have the counter dot power. Built one more. Trolls are very good in the mirror match here. They have a very safe gold mine and on 2 town centers, so we need to make something happen. We can't just sit here for too long. One thing we probably want to do is to build a hill fort aggressively here, secure this position, and go mythic as well. That's probably not something that they are doing at the moment. So let's send our battle boar forward here to tank the town center, and then we can start killing a few of these buildings, making this position a little bit more killable, shall we say. And then throwing down hill fort as well allows us both to go mythic and secure this position. We would like heavy infantry as well, but we're going to wait on those until after we click up. Some golds, force cache the gold, and probably Fimbulwinter Flaming will be enough to finish this game. And we actually found some hunt there as well. Got these 2 battle boars, let's start poking. And as soon as we can, let's get our grade for our infantry. You'll notice that, alright, so this fine is going to do some damage, but as soon as we kill the TC, we can just back out. And garrison even too, so we don't get frozen too much. Lots of food, let's move those over to food. Let's just replenish our army. Got a little bit hurt there. Really need gold. Let's force cache some gold so we can replenish our army as quickly as we can. And just get situated for fighting here. If we can kill the temple, gives us a bit of timing in case they get mythic. See, all the throwing axemen are moving over there, which is fine. So maybe it's a wall, maybe it's just to protect gold, but we poke in, we poke out, fine. Alright, so this troll special here could be very deadly, but it does really nice micro to dodge it. Here comes a rock giant. Very important to use our myth units against it. We're going to use our flaming weapons as well in this fight here. As well as our Fimbulwinter. Should help us secure this fight fairly well. And we're just going to use small groups of throwing axemen, given that we have flaming weapons to take this fight. That's just because they're killing so fast, we don't want to overkill them. Here we're out of food, but we remembered that we found another food source down there, so we can go down there. But basically, the mistake that the opponent made here is they did not make army, and they used the Gulenbursty. We were able to force that out, and it just doesn't get value. Ideally, with Freyr here, you want to hold just enough, and then use the Gulenbursty when the opponent's army is overcommitted, or if you're able to take a 4 TC, it can be very formidable in that position. Now, after the opponent also took a second town center, they didn't make enough army to make themselves safe. And that's okay if they're able to just really wall everything off. Like, this was a very, very strong position, actually, and probably this was a great map for Freyr. But their army that they had was slow. So if I attack from different positions, and when I have 3 trolls like this, they're going to have a really tough time staying safe. Alright, so we are around 1350 after that game. Moving into the last game of this episode, we have Savannah. Let's hope for a different opponent or a different god. So it's the same opponent, but different god. We're playing Poseidon this time, which is fine. We can showcase a different matchup here. So Poseidon, there's a few different ways to play on land maps. Essentially, what you can do is make a combination of herdmen and other units, depending on the opponent's army composition, or you can play full Herseer. Full Herseer, I think, is the optimal way to play it, but you have to be very careful not to lose units, even more so than normal. If you lose Herseer at all, very quickly for the game to snowball out of control, because then you're no longer able to keep pace with those very strong Hippocon early on. Let's go see what kind of map we're working with here. Found our opponent. The little cheeky trick you can do is just slap the zebra away to assert dominance and make it run further away from the granary. Go back, we will definitely take that spy. Just like normal, we're doing 4 food, 2 gold. When you get 6 on food, we're going to make another to gold. In terms of what we see here, very hard wood line to raid, but it looks like the chickens and the berries are both fairly accessible for raids, and the lure has been dropped here, so we know that that position will be one to attack. See if we can snag these goats. No, they're doing a really good job in keeping line of sight, so we can't take them away. So again, in this matchup, we're not going to need throwing axemen. We're going to go pure Herseer. So we're not going to put as many on wood. Probably just put 3 for now, and then 1 more before we age up. To defend against raids here, we put a nice temple here. It defends this wood line in the future as well. Go ahead and do that. And we would have liked the zebra not to be in this little patch here, so I'm just going to shoot him once. The zebra is too close to the to a little corner like that. They can get stuck, and not all the villagers are going to be gathering. Here also, we want to make sure we take care of our economy. We're not in a super rush. We probably won't be able to apply much pressure to our opponent. Very early on, because they're going to have a centaur, very good on defense. Start building our Herseer. Now, the reason we build our base like this, temple covers this wood line, these houses cover our gold, and actually we probably want that house a little bit further like this. Centaur can't sneaky get in and cast. It's special on our gold. This, put a wall like that, and like we have the wood, so we can build that other house. Go ahead and do that. Gonna make our gold a little bit safer. It looks like we have a bill that's stuck there. It happens sometimes. That up. Okay, so let's start putting our military production down. Put one there, kind of one on the side here. Actually, probably over on this side so it protects the gold. Quite have the wood yet. Absolutely fine. We should have planned better in terms of our food, but there's lots of food there, so running over there makes sense, and it's a fairly defensible location. So let's move forward with our units. And hopefully we can catch this 4.3 speed, 4.5 speed. So our Hussar should be able to catch up, but it might take too long for them to get any meaningful damage moving forward. And unfortunately this idle time we had with the foodies is going to hurt us quite a bit. Any damage you get early on the Greek army that doesn't have Athena Restoration is permanent, so very useful. And ideally we want to get this like troll special to hit. Okay, yeah, perfect. It hit. We're keeping one Hussar over here. If he wants to trade blows with me, that's something we're very interested in doing, because we have our Hussar here. Yeah, this is good for us. And we're just gonna stand and fight, and here we just lost a Hussar. That's very much a big mistake. Lost two Hussar. Lost our troll, so this is a bit of a disaster start, but that's okay. Happens. Everything back. We absolutely don't want to risk giving them a spring. Putting these Hussars here to back us up. And again, that's not the best pathing, but that's okay. Right, keep running. And everything back. There's springs up, so we don't lose anything. And now we can take some trades here. Because anything that's low, we can garrison in the tower. And this damage that we're doing is permanent. Their damage is not. Build another house or two. Unit back. We don't want to lose that. Forward on the berries. Just heal up. Use the power of the springs. We're occasionally mixing in dwarves with our gatherers just as we float extra gold. It's a very food hungry build, and we can also throw down a couple of trolls, but before that we really should get our Hussar speed. Alright, now we have a bunch of full HP Hussar. We're gonna get our speed. And we want to get Hack upgrade is the next key. Hack is the name of this fight. We're gonna move on to that hunt down there. So he's actually making Hippopotamus in age 2. If this continues, then we will probably want to mix in a bit of raiding cavalry. Little choke point, very useful. The wall. With these remaining, this is a big raid point, so we want to kind of come around. He doesn't have line of sight of us, and do our best to. Yeah, that's perfect. We see his army. If we can get big damage here, it will be worth it. Just cannot lose units. The number one thing. Just attack loot those guys, attack loot these guys. I'm gonna lose a unit here. Couldn't quite select it in time, which is alright. It happens. So normally, if a lower elo player gets attacked, they will just run back their whole army. In this case, ideally they don't want to do that, but just want to keep pressuring because they want to find ways of their own. Keep moving back. Don't want to lose this troll. Taking as many Earthseer as we need here. Get hand axe and pickaxe now. We're floating quite a bit of food. And let's prioritize that hunt. Hunt is a little bit faster than berries. And let's keep an eye on that army so it doesn't actually catch us. Kill all of our food gatherers in the corner. And then also could be missing a bit of gold right now, so we just move one gatherer over to gold, fixing our macro a little bit. Alright, so here's the full army. If we can get a good engagement, we can definitely kill this army. We have a lot more units than our opponent here. So their army's split right now. This is a very good engagement. And yeah, we're fighting, and the archers are not attacking. Right, so we're just gonna kite, because this army over here is fighting. That army we don't want to fight. And we want our Ein to be attacking here. As we bring our army back, the Ein special hits. That's when we want to strike. Now, definitely would be nice to have a Pierce upgrade here. We've done what we wanted. We did our damage. Let's get out. Basically, we cleaned everything up. Keep using this to slow the army as we back out. Alright? Alright, so now, what do we need? We need gold to advance to the next stage. Let's fix our macro a little bit. Get more units on gold. And also, we're floating a bunch of wood so we can start spamming some trolls. Don't really need to make any more units. Sorry, my mouse has died here. So let's just move these onto gold. We're gonna have tons of gold, and let's cancel these trolls. That way we can make battle wars. And we can even make another temple for that. But we have to click up first. Let's just force drop some gold. Go up. Alright, we're on our way up. Let's go be annoying with these Earthseer. And this food is move over here. And we still want to finish this wall if we can. Another nice wall would be this little choke right here. See what our opponent's up to. Get husbandry as well. And probably a Pierce and a few armor upgrades would not hurt us at the time here. Okay, so he's going mass talks. Might be taking that town center at the moment, but it would be too costly to have a peak. Not gonna do that. So our opponent went Ares and already used Pestilence. There's not gonna be a ceasefire in this matchup. Get a couple of those down. Everything forward. Ready to spam a bunch of battle wars. Battle wars do very well against the raid there. And get back to base with those. Go attack. And also send a few units back to deal with this. Don't want to send too many though. Alright, this is just going to be a slaughter. We need to wait for our battle wars. So we have like 4 battle wars. We will be good. So we have those units moving there. Battle wars on their way. Get the second Pierce armor, because again, it's just a bunch of talks. Let's bring that Valk that we spawned over down here. Then the battle boars in first. Putting those on different control groups. And our second Pierce Armor upgrade is almost done. It's unfortunate we didn't mean to use our Iron Special quite that early, but that's totally okay. And Battle Boars will do really well here against the Town Center. And we can even give them a little bit more speed with the upgrade. Kind of zoning in and out. We can get our special here off. And be killing this Town Center really quickly. But again, it's very important, don't lose units. We're getting these units back, and we will get our battle boarders attacking the mess of these archers. Again, there is no... Alright, so we don't want to get too crazy. I think diving in this choke point against the ball of archers is a bad idea. And we need to fix our macro. Because I know we wanted gold, but we got more gold than we really need. So let's get on to what food sources are available in the map. And let's just bring these back. We could take this town center. Probably able to kill our opponent, but I think that's a little bit of a risky play here. We have so many hearse here that we are generating tons of favor as well. Would not hurt to just pick this tech up here so we can see what's going on with our opponent. And let's see where the army of the opponent is just by sieging down some of these buildings with our battle boards here. There they are. Pull back a little bit, on their second gold. That can be a slaughter. What we can do is a ghost build actually, but we're not going to do that. So that's a nice raid by opponent, but we're getting our own damage in return here. And oh, we spawned a rock giant. That should be illegal on Loki, honestly. It's just too good. And let's watch out for the raid that's coming here. We can upgrade our towers now. We probably get crenellations as well. Can help us to shoot down and do extra damage to cavalry that's running around. Alright, so let's take most of our stuff and just keep moving forward. And also we can put a hill fort on this gold mine to make sure the opponent cannot take it, and go mythic as well. That's the game plan at the moment to finish the game off. And we need some farms. Start building those. But as well, and that's another nice raid. So opponent is definitely doing what they need to do to get back in the game. But unfortunately, the power spike that we are going to have is just going to be a little bit too much. Now we've got nothing on gold, so let's move these units over to gold. And also let's prod a little bit here. We can get the army to attack the battle wars first. Actually, in this choke against that many units, that's a bit suicide. But we forced out a bronze, so that's very good news for us. Opponent does not want to fight in this choke here because we can do this and this. That spawn is really nice. And this is actually not that great because we kind of want all of our myth units to be in the front, and right now they are not in the front. And in fact, the two heroes just mopped up most of our army. It's not ideal. But I think with Fimbulwinter and our opponent being off gold here, we're still in pretty good shape. And another, especially with another spawn there. Get the upgrade for our farms. Wait for our flaming weapons to run out. And we see that their hero spawn there, so we just might go a little bit down there. And a nice mountain giant, and basically Herseer are doing Herseer things. We're getting tons of spawns now. Kill this. And with our Fimbulwinter in a moment, we should be in very good shape if we haven't lost too many Ursers. Like we haven't. Use our Rock Giant to pull here during our Fimbulwinter. Should give us a nice fight. That Hydra's honestly looking pretty scary though. Got lots on wood. Built some farms. Just making sure to keep their hero numbers down, and our battle boars can do what's necessary here. So we actually got a Fafnir. We could use that to go over there, and we also see a bunch of units down there. GG. Back on this gold mine, that's something we probably should have raided again, but that's okay. We were about to kill 14 villagers down here. This was about to siege down the town center along Wolf and 18 Hirser. The keys in that game were not taking fights, and we shouldn't be taking fights. Getting to our armory upgrades that were key. So we got our initial hack armory upgrade, which gave us favorable trades, or at least slightly better trades against the Hippocon. We got our Pierce upgrade later on when we had a big Tox Ball. And then we got a bunch of Battle Boar and upgraded their speed to help deal with the big ball of Toxotes, just kind of 60 Pierce armor and special attack that disperses units, helping us deal with the Tox Ball. And we just did Loki things, casted flaming weapons on a ton of Ursir, and they generated a bunch of value in spawning myth units, eventually spawning Fafnir, and that was enough to close the game out. Gonna be it for this episode. Let us know down below if you would like to see different ELO ranges or different gods, what you would like to see in the next series.